Hi, I'm Josh Fishman, president and owner of A. Fishman & Son Diamonds in New York. Welcome back to our Ultimate Diamond Education Series. Today I would like to discuss something that's not really educational about diamonds, but rather about the process of buying diamonds. And unlike all of my other videos, where I studiously avoided being self-promoting, I think that it would be helpful to you to understand where A. Fishman & Son fits in with the whole idea of wholesale versus retail selling of diamonds, especially as it relates to, quote, wholesale to the public, close quote. Many people think that it is what some people would say is an oxymoron for somebody to be a wholesaler to the public. Retailers in particular, who sell directly to the consumer, will say that someone who sells, quote, wholesale to the public is really a retailer. But in my opinion, the difference between a wholesaler and a retailer is not really to whom that seller sells to, but rather what is the price at which that seller sells his goods to. Let's start by understanding the dictionary definition of a wholesaler and a retailer. A wholesaler is a person or firm that buys large quantity of goods from various producers or vendors, warehouses them, and resells to retailers. So where does that place A. Fishman & Son in the diamond selling chain? We are wholesalers. We've been in business for almost 70 years. We have, in the diamond business, always purchased our diamonds directly from manufacturers. In fact, in the early years when my grandfather was still alive until 1953, he used to cut diamonds and sell them in the Diamond Dealers Club to other dealers. Subsequently, my father ended up going out of the cutting business, and he simply bought diamonds that were already polished, because it was a safer and more secure way of buying diamonds, from the manufacturers themselves. He had customers who were retail stores and private consumers who were friends of his or relatives, to whom he sold at the same price as he did to the retail stores. So he sold to his friends at wholesale prices, the same price at which he sold to the retail stores. But he was still a wholesaler in the fact that the price at which he sold was a wholesale price. Today, business is different. We have always catered ourselves to supplying retail stores on a wholesale basis, which is a wholesale price basis, but we've expanded our business to include many more individual consumers because of the internet at the same price, the wholesale price. Now let's take a look at what a retailer means. A retailer is an entity that sells goods or commodities in small quantities directly to consumers through various distribution channels with the goal of earning a profit. For some context, retail is the sale of goods for use and consumption by the purchaser. So how does A. Fishman & Son fit in with the definition of retailer? To some extent, we are a retailer because we sell in small quantities to the consumer, but we also sell in small quantities to the retailer, which makes us a wholesaler. But the most important part, which I'd like to emphasize, is the price at which we sell. And that is, we sell to our consumer customers at the same price at which we sell to our retailer store customers, which makes us wholesale to the public. It isn't an oxymoron. It is a fact. And that distinguishes us from many other sellers, both who are actual retailers, but who hold themselves out to be, quote, wholesalers, close quote, like many stores on the street in the Diamond District on 47th Street, who get their merchandise on consignment from people like ourselves, who are wholesalers, and they sell them retail with the added markup to people shopping on the street who come into their stores. The same way we sell wholesale to the private consumer, because that is the price at which we sell. Online internet sellers who don't own diamonds, and you can tell them from those who do, because the ones who don't own diamonds have hundreds of thousands of diamonds or tens of thousands of diamonds on their lists on their websites, but they don't own those diamonds. They are truly retailers because they are taking those diamonds off of joint diamond lists, including, in many cases, our diamonds, and selling them perhaps at a smaller markup than a store would, but still at a markup greater than what we sell to our consumer customers. They are online retailers. In the same way that a brick and mortar store that has a website presence with diamonds listed are a retail outlet, not a wholesaler to their consumers. It's a gigantic difference in both the price at which you purchase and in terms of the knowledge that we have about our diamonds, which a retailer or an online store which has lists of diamonds cannot have or hope to obtain, because number one, they haven't spent their money buying and selling diamonds, and therefore they don't have the experience of what really makes a diamond worth the value. And second, they don't have a visual of the diamond to explain to you what that diamond really looks like and its desirability. So it's important to note the difference between true wholesalers, even those like A. Fishman & Son that are wholesale to the public because they sell at a wholesale price to the public, and those who are really retailers, even if they use the connotation wholesalers. So again, it's important to know what you are looking for in terms of the diamond, and for that you can look at all of my other videos about how to shop for the diamond, but this video is intended to show you how to shop for the person from whom you want to buy the diamond, at least in terms of wholesale versus retail. I hope you will find that A. Fishman & Son is the right person to do business with. In the future videos, I will go back to diamond education, but I felt that it was important for you to understand where A. Fishman & Son fits in the chain of diamonds and what we at A. Fishman & Son can do for you. Until next time, this is Josh Fishman saying so long.